Hey everybody, it's Jay Kitchen from jaysbeard.com. I hope you're doing well today. We are doing a review of a fragrance from a company or a business. They're both, obviously. This is Aedes, AEDES.com. Started out as a perfume shop in the West Village in New York City on Christopher Street, and I used to frequent them a lot when I lived in New York. They've since moved, I believe, to Orchard Street in New York's Lower East Side, which has undergone a huge revitalization over the last 20 years or so. Before we jump into the review of this interesting fragrance, if you'd be kind enough to subscribe to the channel, that will help us increase our reach, get our videos into more suggested videos, cues, and just generally be a good thing to do. We do appreciate it. Thank you so much. This fragrance that we're reviewing from Aedes is their Café Tabac. Now, the Café Tabac was a kind of a secret hideaway over a bar in New York City for many, many years. All the hip people went there. Those who were in the know or just the shit would go there and hang out. We're going to read a little bit from the website of Aedes.com about how they describe this Café Tabac. It is a hedonistic scent that celebrates the undocumented moment, a sumptuous party that goes on for days. Endless dinners and all-night merengue dancing under charcoal skies. Smoke meets flower and spice settles in for the next inhale. This is Café Tabac. Before Aedes' newest scent was realized in the bottle, it had a name, Café Tabac, inspired by the iconic 90s bar in the East Village. Upstairs at Café Tabac was where Kate met Johnny, Madonna picked up the phone, and Leo picked up supermodels. It was a place where the truly glamorous could be truly off-duty, an unself-conscious pre-cell phone era that feels so far away as to be longed for again. It is the deep mood of a place to be, creating its own legend, says Perfumer Bertrand Duchaufour. The deep blue smoke of cigarettes, cigars, weed, whatever. We're exploring other paradises. Laughs, desires, and pleasures, again and again. That spirit was also present when Duchaufour and Gerstner went to visit the Dominican Republic last year for another scented project. It was an explosion of vibrant and chic people from Mexico, France, Rio, New York, different cultures and conversations and ideas and opinions, says Gerstner. We went from a tropical forest to the coast together, but it wasn't until we were standing in a cigar factory that I looked at Bertrand and said, "Can you put this in a bottle?" The result is as dazzling, sexy, and complex as the trip. It opens with sparkling notes of expected bergamot and unexpected apple and tamarind. But the overall perfume is an homage to tobacco in many forms. Dry leaves, humid flowers, and a cigar lit by fire are represented thanks to herbal, clary sage, and divana, a tint of mango and dried fig and date, and a rough smokiness using tobacco absolute, tar, cade, and cedarwood. An amber accord of secretions and sugars from cistus and labdanum, ambergris, oak moss, vanilla, cacao accord, and Peru balm at the heart gives way to a darkly rich and resinous base. There is no saccharin here. Instead, the distinctive burnt sugar and fresh clove and cardamom are infused with vapors that keep Café Tabac multi-layered instead of perfectly round. It is blended at a 20% concentration made in the old school haute parfumerie style, including a month-long maceration in France. With Café Tabac, there is a mad sensuality that feels like the olfactive equivalent of a twist of orange atop a demi-tasse of espresso, rich with a touch of freshness and tang. To wear it is to maintain a state of heightened emotions that are sooner remembered than they are recorded. The olfactive notes: tobacco absolute, Peru balm, cardamom, clove, bergamot, tamarind, tar, dried date, dried fig, cacao accord, burnt sugar, mango, beeswax absolute, apple divana, clary sage, vanilla, oak moss, system labdanum absolute, tonka bean, cedarwood, ambergris, and cade. It's a lot of flowery language. The perfume is really, really nice. It's very masculine. You should definitely check out a sample of this stuff. It is going to be on my to-buy list without a doubt. Now, as I've mentioned previously, if you don't want to spend the full upfront money for a full dispenser, because this for 100 milliliters costs, I think, about $245 US. It's not cheap, but you can get these small little spray bottles on little decanters Anywhere between $4 to $7 depending on what the scent is. I used to be a big cigar smoker, and actually this shirt I'm wearing is kind of a map of Cuba. You can't really see it too clearly because I used to smoke Cuban cigars almost exclusively. I'm going to put some on my wrist. 2 squirts there. I'm going to squirt some in my chest. And we're going to kind of hang out for a quick minute, let the alcohol sort of evaporate. Well, it's been about 60 seconds or so. I can still feel the alcohol evaporating on my chest, but the smell is very masculine, earthy. Does it smell like tobacco? You can pick up the tobacco notes in it. Absolutely. It's not overpowering. It's very understated. This is something that I would definitely wear. It's got a very nice, earthy, you know, if you're talking about fragrances in terms of colors, it's not bright. It's more subtle and more earth tony. It's got a little bit of flower in it. I'm not exactly sure what flower it would be from those couple of sprays, probably maybe 5 sprays between my wrist and my chest. It's got a very nice sort of a matte fragrance coming up. If you like earthy scents, more masculine scents, you may want to check this one out. It's definitely something I'm going to put on my to be gifted to me list if anybody asks me what I want. It's really, really nice. I really like it. It's not my perfect scent. The Tabac from Creed is a little bit richer. However, this is quite nice. And like I say, it's fairly understated. Now they talk about scents of burnt sugar, clove, and cardamom on the silage, the after effect. And I find that to be a pretty accurate sort of description of what I'm smelling. There's definitely that clove in there, but it's very, very well mixed. It's a very sexy perfume cologne. It's really, really very nice. This would be a very nice winter scent, or it could be a nice evening scent in the summertime at the beach. It's not a short-lived kind of scent. It's going to linger around you. You are going to have some scent trailing you wherever you go if you wear this. And I only put on a couple of spritzes, not really very much. So it's a little bit seems to go a long way in terms of the last. They say it's a 20% mix. I don't know exactly what that means. I'm not that schooled. If anybody knows, please tell me in the comments down below. This is definitely going to be on my to be gifted to me list. If anybody asks what I want, I'm going to tell them this. It retails, like I said, for $245. You can get samples from Aedes, AEDES.com, along with most of the other perfumes or colognes that they stock at the shop. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget subscribe. If you liked the video, smash the thumbs up. If you didn't like it, hit that thumbs down. Please leave comments down below. Tell us what you think and how we can improve. Until the next one, stay lifted, stay well groomed, be kind to humans and animals. And like I say, we'll catch you on the next one. Cheers, everybody.